Actually, domestic growth has been more than about 12%. But exports from the first half were a little bit low, largely because a shipment got delayed. In the half year, if you look at the half year results, exports are actually higher than last year. And we expect that exports for the year also will be higher than last year. So all in all, I think we are, in terms of growth, going along as we had expected to do, which is double digit. The margins have remained almost unchanged from quarter to quarter. Actually, totally unchanged, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
EBITDA margins are absolutely the same. And the profits are higher by, how much is it? Compared to last year, it's higher by 42%. For the half year, it's higher by 49%, which is in line with what I think people were expecting. So it's not anything which is a big surprise to anybody as to what's happened. The reasons for the higher profits are obvious ones. We had higher volumes, exchange rate has been favorable, commodity prices have been favorable, and our cost reduction measures, including quality circles and suggestion schemes, have been performing as well as ever. So all of those have combined to give us this kind of profitability. Now with the festival season there, the sales, especially the retail sales, will be good in this month and the next month. December, of course, is a different kind of thing when, for some reason, for the last several years, people buy a lot of cars in December. So I think this quarter should see reasonably good sales happening. What else is there to say about the results? I think that's all really I need to say on the results. Other events, yesterday we had the launch of the Baleno. The other thing which the board discussed today was the Gujarat voting. And the final version of the contract manufacturing agreement and the lease agreement were approved with all the blanks filled in. We had some blanks about the lease amount and such things. The voting will commence from the 16th of November. It has to be kept open for 30 days and will therefore end on the 15th of December. The results of the voting would be available on the 17th of December in the afternoon. What time?
Around
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something in the afternoon. The results will be available on the 17th. That's as far as the voting is concerned. And I think with that, we can leave it to open for questions. We had already started the road shows. We met investors, one round of investors in Bombay, and we met investors in Singapore. We will be meeting investors in Hong Kong on the 2nd and 3rd of November, and then in the UK on the 5th and 6th of November.
So you were to get a go from Gujarat government side as well for the new MOU which is going to be signed between you and the Gujarat government. Have you got that kind of go ahead from the Gujarat government side?
Yeah, everything is clear.
Okay.
We couldn't have gone ahead like this without everything is cleared by the Gujarat government. There are no pending issues with anybody today as far as I know.
Yes, we have got a formal approval from Gujarat government.
Formal approval has come. So I think there is no regulatory agency now which has to give any further approvals. SEBI has done its job, Gujarat has done its job.
Okay.
We are very confident. Sure.
So are you on track to open the Gujarat plant on time? And given that sales, while sales in India, car sales have been improving, there's still a lot of pressure. The kind of buying that used to go on a few years ago has still not come back. So one is that, are you on time to open your Gujarat plant? And two is, would you like to delay the opening, by a few months if sales don't gather the kind of momentum you expect?
We had originally planned that the Gujarat plant would be ready by May 2017. I believe that it may be possible to commission the Gujarat plant actually a couple of months earlier than that. We believe we need the Gujarat plant as early as possible because certainly in 2016, the capacities available in Gurgaon and Manesar will be fully utilized. In fact, more than fully utilized because I think to meet the demand, we expect to have to use some of these flexible lines for increasing production and things of that kind. So for 2017, we certainly expect that we will need more capacity in Gujarat, otherwise we will not be able to meet the demand. The growth of the car market may not be very high, but we still expect that because of the advantage which we enjoy in terms of our brand recognition and the loyalty which customers have to us, we will continue to do a little bit better than the market. And that means we need extra capacity.
Sir, this is largely from the industry perspective. Until 3 years ago, we used to see growth in the range between 20 to 30% every month and year on year as well. So do we in the near foreseeable future see ourselves getting back to such numbers?
Getting back to?
15-20% growth.
20% growth.
I don't, but please go ahead. You see 15-20% growth.
As far as I look at the current market situation and the global economic condition, it is not easy to be at the high growth rate, but it can be possible that two-digit growth if we make correctly the development product, that developing the market sales network, etc. We believe.
And Bhargava sir, during the tenure of the last government, we have had a lot of statements from various industry leaders about the way things were going in the country. Now this government has spent more than 1.5 years. So what is your assessment now in terms of the policy reforms which were initiated when the government had come in, and in the last 6 months, how things have gone?
If you're talking in general terms about what's been happening in this 1.5 years with this new government, I would say that a lot of new initiatives have started. A lot of changes have been initiated and are happening. And the intentions and the direction in which the government is going is certainly towards promoting manufacturing in India. The extent of changes which are required to be made in India are very substantial because they are a result of many decades of mindsets created because of socialism and distrust of the private sector, and those factors then have led to other feelings of distrust generally, because all our systems derived from the British were based on the British system of checks and balances. Checks and balances is another way of saying that, look, don't trust anybody. everything must be checked and somebody else must be checking what somebody else does. And that only got strengthened in our systems as we went along after independence. Now, any system based on distrust will never be as efficient as a system which is based on trust and people doing their work honestly.